Welcome to the Reckoning podcast, where we stoke a campfire, gather around, and have real-life conversations with old friends, new friends, professionals, and just shoot the shit. Reckoning all things from hunting, outdoors, beauty, entrepreneurship, relationships, life, and more. It's all just a reckoning.
This week, we are going to be talking about all things sunless tanning, and this just isn't for my female audience. You can sunless tan no matter who you are. I used to do spray tans for a living. I am a certified and professional spray tan artist, if you didn't know. And when I was doing that, everybody and anybody was allowed in my tent when it came to getting spray tans. I realized about a month ago that, it was probably 2 months ago, I had gotten in one of my favorite suntan products in the mail from Amazon, good old Amazon, and I hopped on real quick TikTok. I got a wild hair up my ass and I was like, I'm going to show everybody this tanning solution because I've seen all kind of beauty favorites on TikTok, but I've yet to see this spray tan solution. So random Saturday, looking rough, showed TikTok and actually went through and did a sunless tan on myself using a mitt. I'll explain all this later if you're like, what the hell are you talking about? And it went viral, which is so crazy. So it was very humbling and a good reminder that there are a lot of tips and tricks that I know about this that I love to share with everybody because I think everybody deserves to feel good. And I mean, within reason, right? There's certain assholes that don't need to, but you deserve to feel good. And I thrive with a tan. I thrive. That's just the truth. So I'm going to go through and give you my favorite tips and tricks when it comes to tanning. And if you're watching this, yes, we're starting to put all of our videos onto YouTube. And this should be one of my first solo episodes that you can actually see me. I also have allergies, so forgive the voice. But you can go to our YouTube channel. I believe you should just be able to search Brittney Long and it should bring up all of our episodes and our podcast episodes, and then also any videos that we have on there, miscellaneous, and also this spray tan video that I'm talking about, I believe is also on YouTube. But you can watch our episodes now is the long spiel that I'm going into, and you'll be able to see I'm holding some of this stuff. So it'll be like a little QVC show and tell situation if you want to go to YouTube and watch that. We have most of our episodes, well, all of our episodes with guests have been recorded with video. Those are slowly being put up there. It's a big project. I'm just, there's only so many of me to go around, but those will be up there. I'm trying to get a couple out a week, and you can go and back and listen to things because you can always catch more and you'll be able to see face-to-face interactions. It's always fun to put a face also to the voice. If you've listened to past episodes and you're wondering, or you really enjoyed a guest, who they are, you can go there. I'll put that in the show notes if you're listening audio, and then everything mentioned will also again be in the show notes. And if you're watching, it'll be in the descriptions below. I keep pointing. It's weird to have people watching me. So the shit show just got bigger. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you everything, tell you everything. And when the podcast actually had started, it started under another name. Like I just knew I wanted to start a podcast. I knew that's what I was supposed to do in some way, and it's obviously evolved and grown since then. But I did a spray tan, sunless tan, self tan episode, audio only. And I go through and I talk about how to pick your colors, prepping, all the things. So if you want to go back and listen to that episode, that one's really good as far as picking the color and the solution for your skin type specifically. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this because I'm now looking out my window and we have crazy snow. If you've been following around, or if you follow anyone on social media that's in Utah or just following the news, I'm sure you've seen that the snow this year has been insane in 2023. So I'm looking at snow-covered mountains in front of me and then bright green grass, which I'm so grateful to see the grass because there was about a foot of snow last week. So we're loving it. But I put on my shorts this weekend and I was like, well, girlfriend, you need a tan. So this sparked the idea to share all of my knowledge, all of the questions that I've gotten since posting that spray tan video. And again, I mean, if you're a dude listening to this, you can do your spray tan. You can do a sunless tan. It's not just for the chicks. Or if your girl, your mom, your sister, whoever love doing a sunless tan or are spending money to get one, you might want to send this over to her and you can get, they could do it themselves. So let's get into sunless tanning. Sunless tanning is known as spray tans. That's when you're using a machine. Most of them are like a high pressure, low volume machine. That is what I did when I was professionally doing these. Or sunless tanning or self tanning are other names for them. The biggest thing with tanning is like making sure that you're going through, you're choosing a good solution and product. Like anything, you want a good product, and then you want to make sure that you are prepping, applying, and aftercaring properly. These are some of my biggest tips for a long-lasting tan. People always complain about getting an orange tan or getting a tan that is splotchy or doesn't last a long time. And I think these tips will help you get a long-lasting tan. So the first thing I want to talk about is prepping. That's important. Whether you're someone that wants to do this for an event, a vacation, or if you're like me and you live that high maintenance, low maintenance lifestyle, and you do this once a week so that you're just feeling nice and glowy until you get that natural tan. This is important. You're going to want to make sure that you shower, shave, and exfoliate. And the reason why I bring up, like, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing a weekly tan, you want to make sure that you're getting off that old tan, or you are going to have splotchiness. You're going to have buildup. It's just going to look gross. You want to make sure that you're exfoliating that off. So that is when it comes to shower, shave, exfoliate. If you are someone that doesn't normally like shave your legs, your arms, your armpits, whatever, then don't feel the need to shave the areas that you don't normally shave. This will just help with exfoliation process and then also get a good clean canvas for you. And then you're going to want to exfoliate. You can do this with a loofah. You can do this with like a coffee and sugar scrub. You don't have to be crazy with this. And again, I think like if you have a past tan on, soaking in a bathtub's always a great option. Or again, doing like a coffee scrub. They also make exfoliation mitts that are super helpful. And I'll link those in the description below. Again, you can find this at like our Amazon storefront. Everything can be found on Amazon that I'm going to mention because I feel like that's important to be accessible and then also get here fast because there's nothing like instant gratification. So once you shower, shave, exfoliate, you're going to want to wait once you get out of the shower. I know you're excited. The best thing you can do is wait, though. If you're not able to, you can buy a pH balancing spray. This is great too, especially for females or if you're pregnant. Obviously, always consult with your doctor if a spray tan or a sunless tan is safe for you and your baby. But a pH balancing spray will help balance those levels, especially for your hormones. And it'll help close those pores if you're not able to wait after your tan. A lot of people say that they get splotchiness when they do a spray tan or like speckled. And then I believe most of the time this is from doing it too soon after a shower. I gotta take my jacket off. I'm getting hot in here. This is too soon after doing it in a shower because your pores are open. This happens commonly like on your arms, under your armpits, especially on like your shins of your legs. You'll get that speckledness, and that is because your pores are still open, so then they're absorbing that solution. I'm just like making sure it's recording. This is new. This is a new program, so we're learning. So you're going to want to wait. I say wait anywhere from 2 to 12 hours after your tan. You want to make sure that after you are getting out of the shower, you are not applying any deodorants, perfumes, lotions with perfumes, parabens. Why could I not say that word? Or fragrances, obviously perfumes. That's the hard part if you're going to be going a long time, is not having something on you. You know what I mean? Like the moisture to the skin. But those also, the deodorants, the parabens, your face oils, all those things can affect your tan. A lot of times it can cause green to happen or for it not to stick, not process all the way. So keep that in mind as well. Once you've waited that time frame and you feel like your pores have closed, you're ready to apply your tan. Yay, the fun begins. You are going to want to apply lotion to areas that are dry. So these are areas like your hands, your fingernails are a great place. Like I have white nails. Apply it to your nails. You do your elbows, your feet, your ankles, anywhere you have dry patches as well. Like if you have somewhere that maybe you have a dry patch on your skin. I personally love applying, I use Cetaphil. That's my favorite lotion. It's just, I have sensitive skin and that's the lotion that I love and use. I will apply lotion. I personally like applying lotion all over my face. I like the way that it doesn't cause my dark spots to absorb more. A lot of people will say that their dark spots get even darker. And if you have breakouts, to apply lotion to your breakouts, that'll make sure that those dry spots, oftentimes your breakouts are dry, or like the pore again is open, isn't absorbing that and causing it to be even more defined. That's like besides the point of having a tan, right? We're trying to feel a little better, a little more confident. So I will apply, like I said, lotion all over my face. That's just what I prefer. I find that it still gives me a nice glowy tan, but it's not like overly done. Or if you don't want that, then again, apply it to the dry spots. So lotion to your face, your hands, your elbows, your ankles, your feet, all the dry areas. Then you're going to want to make sure, obviously prior to this, like I mentioned, you should know what solution you're going to use. I'm going to show you 2 of my current favorites. And one of them has been my long reigning favorite. Hang on, I need some water. I'm used to being able to pause when I do like audio only. Push my space bar. Give me a little pause. Oh, there's a stop button. Maybe that. We'll learn together. Okay, so like I mentioned, you want to choose your solution. I am a big fan of Sjolie. That is a brand. Why am I a big fan of them is because I really like the formula that they use. They're based out of California. So the shipping time's always been great, especially if you're a professional and you're going to do this professionally and be ordering a whole bunch of stuff from them. Shipping time was always great. Again, you can find these on Amazon. But I really like the ingredients inside of them because the ingredients are very simple. There can be a lot of nasty stuff added into your spray tans. I was going to look and see on this one. Some of their solutions add aloe to it, which will help. It gives you, their solutions do give you, like if you're using their solution itself, you'll feel a little bit tacky after your tan, but that's because they have moisturizing ingredients into their tanning solutions, which a lot do not. A lot are very drying. They're alcohol based, and that's also a reason why they don't last 7 to 10 days. Like I said, I can get my tan to last 7 to 10 days, and that's amazing. So I like Sjolie products for this reason. You can get them on Amazon, and it's what I use professionally. Like if you are doing something at home and you can get a professional product, why would you not just be getting that? So this is the one, like my OG is I like the number 12 in the regular line, and that is a green based solution, which just gives you like a nice glowy tan. It's not going to have any of that orange effect. And this one is for like a really deep, beautiful, dark tan, like that dark brown, versus like something just glowy and light. And this one is the Luxe Ultraviolet. So this is a violet base, which if you think of your color theory, dark brown, going to give you that dark effect. Just like that, like beautiful beach, like I've been to Cancun glow. Who doesn't want to be there? And this is what did I say? Luxe Ultraviolet. And this is the Rapid. Please forgive the annoying ass car going by. Nope, it's a motorcycle. Thank you. Okay. So this is the little bottle. They come in big bottles. I believe there's a 32 ounce. This is, I think, like an 8 or 10 ounce bottle. So here's this one. Again, it's linked to my Amazon storefront. This is the one that I used in that viral video. So this you can apply, you can put into, it's made for a machine. So you can hear it's super liquidy. It's thinner. So it's made to go through the machines. However, you can still use it with like a spray bottle. You can pour this into a regular spray bottle. You can use a mister bottle to mist on your skin and then mist your mitt and then apply it onto your body. So this is the one that I show in the video. And this is like the mitt that you can use. I haven't opened this one. This one's new, but you can see and I'll read to you. It's a luxury tanning application mitt, and it's double-sided, and it has a water-resistant inner lining. This makes it so you don't have to wear a glove inside of your mitt. That way you don't get like that nasty tan palm, and it's washable and reusable. We love. So this is like my OG, my favorite, my tried and true, my everything. And this one, I mean, I think it's like $20 or more, just a little bit more, but it lasts a long time. You can put it in your spray bottle. This is kind of like, buy this, you've already got the mint, you've got a bottle, pour it in, spray, go, let it process. The next one that I love, and a lot of people like, Mousse, and this is especially great for if you are new to tanning. A mousse it comes out like a mousse, and I do have a video that I'll link below showing the actual mousse, but it's easier because you can see the mousse and it comes on like a lotion, and it's softer, and I think it's easier to blend versus just like applying liquid and seeing like a streak and then applying liquid and then seeing a streak. It's just a lot more blendable and easier to work with. So if you're new, this is the Sjolie bronzing mousse. And this one is the one that I had just used. So this is the color. You see me, the color that I just used, and I tell you I am pasty white after winter. And this one smells so good. Like, so good. Even after you've tanned and getting in the shower, you don't have, if you know, you don't have that nasty tanning smell. Like, ew. I still smell that has this beautiful, like, floral fragrance to it. So you can put this on and go about your day and not feel disgusting. Like, you still smell good. You didn't smell baked and tanned with this. So this one I would totally suggest to beginners, and this is the bronzing mousse. So now that you know what you're going to apply, and you've got your lotion on, you've got your mitt, again, the mousse is applied with the mitt as well, you're ready to go. Let's go. Did you decide in 2023 that you are going to take your health and your wellness more seriously? I hope so. If you have, and you are looking for something to help elevate that experience and honestly make it that much more simple as well, kind of a no-brainer, you need to be checking out Mountain Ops. I know if you've listened to the podcast that we are long time lovers of Mountain Ops, and there is a reason. Not only do we love their products, but we love the mission behind the company. Not only do they have the best supplements and gear out there that are designed for the athlete and hunter in mind, but every time a purchase is made at mountainops.com, a nutritious meal is prepared for a child in need. That is done with the Operation Conquer Hunger team that works with charity partners to manufacture a nutritious meal. The charity partners work with a validated organization and local governments to transport and distribute, and meals are given to children in need. This is all from mountainops.com. If you weren't already looking for some nutrition and supplements, that mission alone should make you want to go over to mountainops.com and take a look. If you are wanting to know our favorites over at the podcast, you know we love their Ignite, the supercharged energy and focus. This is fantastic to put in your pack, especially as we get going into shed hunting season. You're going to want these. Seriously, it gives you that boost of energy that is good, clean energy instead of those stupid energy drinks that you have in your pack. And then, of course, you know we love their protein bars. Again, easy to throw in your backpack, and they are seriously like the softest, they're like a soft, baked, delicious bar that you can always reach for in your backpack. And even my kids love these, which says a lot. And of course, at night, you know you're trying to cut back on those drinks or just having a hard time going to sleep, and you're needing a little bit of that help or some recovery, you have to check out my favorite, the Slumber for deep sleep recovery, that has a special blend of magnesium and melatonin, and you wake up rejuvenated. There's none of this grogginess the next day. If you want to support the show and see what Mountain Ops is all about, go to mountainops.com and you can shop all of their nutrition and gear. And don't forget to use the code BRITFreeShip to get your free shipping and help support the show. Again, that's BRIT, BRITT, free ship to get your free shipping. Now we're going to apply our tan, and you're going to want to make sure you have all your stuff out. You have your solution picked, you have your mitt ready to go, and you've applied lotion to those areas. You know what outfit you're going to put on. You're going to want to put on loose clothing, nothing tight around the ankles. Like if you've got joggers or leggings, don't do it. Don't put on socks after. You just want to be in something nice and loose. And guess what? You're off of dish duty now. You are not cleaning and wiping anything. You're not going to cry. We're not going to cry because you'll have tears running down. You're not going to spill anything on your neck. You're officially chilling. Okay. But it's fine. If like that happens, we'll go through that. But now you're applying your lotion on all of those parts. Again, you want to use a lotion that's fragrance free, paraben free, super simple and easy. I see the more basic and boring, the better. And now we're going to apply it. I like to start at the bottom and work my way towards the top when it comes to this, because when you're doing yourself, you are bent over and you'll get creases and lines and things, which let's work through. Ready? We're going to apply. If you're going to be spraying something on, you will be spraying, squirt, 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 the solution onto your mitt to get it damp. Then you'll also be squirting the solution on to, let's say, your leg, because that's where we're starting, and you'll squirt a little on your leg and you'll blend that in, and it has a color guard, meaning that there is bronzer put inside of this, and you will be able to see where you're applying this. This bronzer will wash off and it will wipe onto stuff. So that's why you're going to be in your dark, loose clothing, and you're going to apply this and then just start blending it in, right? You are painting yourself. So where you see it, you will apply. You'll want to make sure, like I said, start at the bottom, work your way up and around. Don't forget your booty. If you're using the mousse, I just put the mousse directly onto the mitt. I'm not saying put it onto your skin. It comes out plenty, and a little bit goes a long ways. So you're going to be working your way up your legs. Make sure you get the back sides really good. Look around. Don't be afraid to throw that leg up on the counter, wherever you may be. Like, get weird, get in different positions, test that flexibility, and tan yourself. Oftentimes, I find people forget to, like, when you're doing your booty, lucky you guys watching this. That's me. You want to make sure that you have bent enough that you have gotten that crease underneath your butt open so that you don't have those little smile lines underneath. So when I would spray tan clients, I would have them kind of give that little booty pop that oftentimes you see like fitness models doing, you know, pushing the booty out. So that way everything's one smooth canvas, because that's oftentimes missed. And you'll see, like, if you were going on vacation or going to the pool or whatnot, you could see like a little white line. So that's just a tip for you, is make sure you get underneath there and rub it where you want it. Rub it where you want it. And then I work my way up, and then I work my way on my back side, up my lower back, around on to my sides, and then up my stomach. Let's talk. I usually don't do like my full stomach. We're pausing there. One of the biggest and most asked questions I always get and got on that video was, how in the hell do I tan my back when I'm by myself? I don't have anyone to tan my back. And you know what? You're not alone. You are not alone. This question was asked so many times, and it can get tricky because we can only bend so many ways. And I think being a mom, handing snacks back in the back seat has helped the flexibility of the arm, but it's tricky. So here are my hacks. 1, they make a tanning mitt specifically made for your back. This is awesome. It's like maybe $15. It's linked in my Amazon storefront. Look on Amazon, wherever. And it basically is a long towel, and then it has 2 little handles on the back. And you put your solution on there or on your back if you were to spray it. And then you just take it behind you, grab the handles, and you just whoosh, 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 back and forth. And you just, like you would kind of like drying yourself off, you know, with a towel. You do that back and forth motion. Oh, God. Getting your back. that is one of the easiest ways. It's made specifically for that. The next thing you can do, you're like in the midst of your tan, you're listening to me right now and you're like, fuck, I'm on my back. What am I going to do? Do you have a Swiffer? Or do you have a hanger? I know you have a hanger. Or do you have an old brush that you're not using? The key is the old brush. You're never using this brush again after you do this, okay? Most likely the best thing to do is grab your hanger or a Swiffer and you can put your mitt. Let's open this up. You can put your mitt inside of this. Oh, it's so soft. So you stick your hanger inside of there, and now you have a big handle to sit and reach your back of all the areas. And don't be afraid to like switch and blend and be patient with yourself and use a mirror to look at how's it going, or turn your phone on. I used to do that. Turn my phone on when I would spray tan myself because I didn't have a mirror where I was spray tanning to see what was happening. So that is what I would say as far as getting your back. Like, it's a pretty easy solution. You've got shit with handles. You could put a loofah inside of there. And with this mitt, like I said, it has that liner where the tan's not going to come through. So you could put your loofah in there with a handle and go ahead and do your back. Time to be active and move. Okay, cool. Thanks, watch. So now you've done your back. I always say wait on your stomach to do your back because you're going to be bending over. You're going to be moving. La-di-da-di-da. Your back is done. You did it all by yourself. Good job. Then you're going to go ahead and now you're going to do your stomach. A tip that I had brought up on one of the videos was a lot of times if you have stretch marks, your solution, your tanning solution, do one of two things. 50-50. It will either not stick to your stretch marks because of the skin that has stretched out and that like it doesn't grab on there, or you've been using something on your stretch marks to help with them and they're going to be dry. So if you've been using something that you've been like they're a little dry, or you've been using something on them, I would again suggest using lotion on those. Or two, if you are finding that you're getting like white streaks, like you can see them even more since doing your tan, you can go ahead and you could take like a little paintbrush, take an old makeup brush, and you could paint your stretch marks. And you could leave those on to dry for about 5 minutes before then you go back and you just regularly tan over them. That can help a little bit. So that's one of my little tips that I like to say when it comes to your stomach. I've done that before on clients, on myself. You can do it again, like we get stretch marks everywhere and anywhere on your thighs, your butt, your arms, whatever. That can be something if you're coming across that problem. You can also, if you want to get real crazy, and this could be a whole other episode, is you can contour. Again, you can paint what you want, let it dry, and then come back and apply your tan over the top like you would everything else. So you go up and then you get to your arms. Make sure, a lot of people see they forget to get like their neck, on the back of their neck. Make sure you're getting up there, on the sides, up behind your ears. Always get your ears. And before I get to the front of the neck, I wait on the neck. The last place that I do is my neck, because obviously as I'm tanning, I'm moving and looking and bending to tan myself. So the neck is the last place I do. Once I make my way up to the top, I then do my arms. And when I do my arms, I make sure I get like the backside of my lats and I wrap around. I will get a little bit on my armpit, but I don't go back through and like really get my armpit, just enough that it's a lighter tan color, and it's not white, but it's not like super dark. I'm not worried about that because naturally you just don't get dark underneath there. And then blend in. And I kind of blend up onto my, is it some ASMR for this on audio? Then I blend up onto my wrists. I leave my hands until the end, which if you're on video, we'll discuss this situation. Oh my gosh, hang on, allergies. So we've done our arms. I'm like, where the hell did we leave off? Arms. The hands, like to my wrists, are done. Make sure you're bending your wrist backwards, like as if you were doing a push-up kind of a thing. Like your hands are flat on the ceiling and you're getting in those lines. That's the biggest thing with tans that I notice, is people are forgetting to move their bodies. Move your arm outwards, move it, and then bend it like this. Move your wrist. So that way you're getting all of the creases of your body. And then one of my favorite things to do, how many times have I said that in this episode? This could be a drinking game. is to use a flat top kabuki brush. A kabuki brush, and I could be wrong, but this is my thought of a kabuki brush, is like a denser brush that is flat. So I'm showing you on the video of my brush. No, it's not stained on the top. It actually came red like this, which whatever benefits it anyways. And this is what I use for my face, blending my hands, and you can do this on your feet as well. You can use a different one for your feet. And so this is what I use to blend everything. So when I'm doing my face, I will take this, I will spray. If I'm using the spray, I don't go through and spray my face. I only spray the brush. So I spray the brush and I'll go through and I'll apply it like you would your foundation and blend it. And I like to obviously do like an upward motion, especially like around my eyes to just help lift them. And I just make sure I get everywhere. Listen, if you have blonde hair and you have seen the Kim Kardashian hack where they put sunless tanner or spray tan solution in her hairline so it blends really good, don't fucking do that. Okay? With love, don't do it. If you have blonde hair, I would think you would know this by now. So you want to make sure that you're getting like up close to your hairline, but not in your hairline, because this will mess with your blonde hair. And it will, because your hair is porous, it will absorb your spray tan solution. So don't do it. But you want to get as close to your hairline as you can. And then again, like around your eyebrows. I personally do not tan my eyelids because I like the way that it makes my makeup then pop. And it kind of gives me like that base when you see a lot of people applying makeup, giving like a good, clean, bright base. It kind of naturally does that. So I just will make sure that I'm like going upward at an angle from the corner of my eye and lifting up and then not tanning my eyelids. And then if you do have breakouts or dry patches, you could then take a Q-tip, you can get it wet, and you could go through, I'm like pointing at like where I have some breakouts. You could go through and you could wipe off the solution from that where you should have applied lotion anyways. And you can just take that off and then it shouldn't process. Then I work my way down I make sure I get my ears as well. I'm like thinking, make sure you get your ears, move your jewelry. You should have taken your jewelry off by now. I forgot to tell you that, but now you know. I get my ears because you're going to probably pull your hair up or wear a hat or whatever you're doing with yourself. And then also I'll do my neck and I make sure I get underneath my chin and down my neck and blend. Then I'll also take kind of like what's left from that and I'll do my hands and I'll just buff that in. And by buffing, I mean like circular motions around my hand. You see me thinking, and again around my wrist. And I am just like moving my hand in all the different directions. I'll then do what I call like a bear claw, the claw with your hand, meaning that you're curling your hand into a claw, like it's around a ball. Like you've caught a baseball, ready? You've caught a ball and now it's clawed. So that way the creases again of like your knuckles are then exposed and you can blend all that in. I'll let my hands sit maybe 5 minutes and then I'll go through and I'll wash them off doing like an actual washing motion, especially starting at like the base of my knuckles and my fingertips and then down here. Also, you'll learn how you sleep because if you're on the video, you can see that I have like just this one side has tan right here. And that is because I sleep like a little baby with my hand curled up underneath my chin on my chest. I hear that's what neurodivergents do apparently, according to TikTok. Anyways, you'll learn how you sleep. Nothing a little purple shampoo couldn't take off if I wanted to. So we've done our hands. We've waited 5 minutes. We've washed them carefully. I've gone through and I just examine everything. Is everything blended? Do I feel like maybe I want to? Am I really tacky? If you over apply, it will kind of just start to peel off. Like it won't settle into the skin. And I will check my feet and my ankles. You can do the same thing with that you did to your hands, to your feet. However, I don't wash it off 5 minutes later. I'll just blend it in between like my toes and make sure I get the sides of my feet and around my ankles and then bend my heels so that you can get in the backs of those as well. Once you are done and you feel happy with your tan, you may feel a little tacky. You might feel like you have to walk like with your arms out to your sides. something that can help with this is you can take cornstarch or your favorite translucent setting powder, and you could take a fluffy brush, not the same one that you've been using for your tan, a fluffy brush, and you could kind of flick that on to those areas. I'm showing you on my neck because a lot of people feel that on their neck or the insides of their arms, under the armpits, on the backs of the legs. These are great places to go through and add that translucent powder, that setting powder, or like I said, the cornstarch onto those areas so you're not feeling so tacky. I just like putting on to like a big long sleeve shirt and big baggy pants. Then I'm not like sticking to anything. I can't feel myself against itself. And that if you can go without a bra, great, do. If not, hopefully you like swung your boobies or like let them hang as you got underneath. Cause that is for real. That's a situation. And then you'll want to go through and you'll want to wipe off the lotion. And this can be done with just like a warm wet rag or baby wipes if you have them. And you can just go through and wipe your elbows. You can wipe your hands. You can get your ankles because a lot of times those are really dry. And that'll just help it from absorbing the tan. And the reason why is the solution will really, really absorb that tan. And that's where you can get like overly tan, dry patches, or even cause like orange areas on the skin. So now that you're applied, you're hanging out. Let's say you accidentally take a sip of your wine after you've relaxed and it goes down your neck. Been there, done that. You can go back in and you can just take your brush or your mitt, whatever that you have, and you can just blend it, like slowly just dab it. And it should either start to blend in a little bit, or you can take the lightest little touch of that and just blend it a little more. It might look a little darker at first, but once you wash off, it should be blended and processed with the rest of it. Talking about processing, you want to make sure that you are processing according to your tanning solution. Most of them are about 8 to 12 hours. Some of them, like this Luxe Ultraviolet, the benefit of this one is it can be a 1 hour tan, meaning that you wash it off, but it still continues to process for, I believe, the next 24 hours. So I always say do not go over 12 hours of processing. The best thing to do is honestly just apply it at night, sleep, and wake up the next day, wash off, and bada boom, bada bing, you're tan. So I will say this again, just because you leave your tan on longer does not mean you are going to get darker. If anything, it could cause problems with over tanning. And one, you're going to stink. Two, the bronzer is going to be rubbing off on stuff, which is super annoying. And three, you could end up, like I said, over processing, and this could cause some oranging. Some oranging, is that a word? This could cause you to look orange. So when you shower, you want to take a warm shower. Cold, I guess, probably. I don't like cold, just wouldn't take it off. Let's just take a shower. You're not taking a cold shower. You want to just lightly sit and let the water rinse off the tan. You're going to see a big pool of color at the bottom of your shower. Your tan's not gone. That's just the color guard that you saw putting it on yesterday. With these tans, and this is the reason why I really like Sjolie, is a lot of times you'll do a tan and you're like, yes, I look so dark. I look so good. I'm so stoked. Then you wash it and you see that tan on the bottom, the bronzer. You get out and you're like, where the hell's my tan? There's nothing more frustrating. These Sjolie products, your tan, you might lose, like when I say lose, you might be just a little bit lighter than what you see in the mirror. But for the most part, what you see is what you get. And that's what I love. So you're going to sit and rinse that off until you no longer see a pool of color anymore. Again, make sure you're rinsing all the areas. Don't forget to like wash underneath your arms. Don't forget to wash like really good. If you're someone that just isn't washing their hair or whatever, wash it really good on the backs of your necks. Just make sure that you're rinsing that off. After that's rinsed, you can then use soap to do things. I always say it's best to wait on shaving a couple days if you can. Really allow that to absorb in. And then when you get out of the shower, while you have your tan, make sure you dab yourself dry. Do not go through and like rub yourself dry, this will help speed up the exfoliation process. You're just naturally exfoliating yourself. So make sure you dab yourself dry. And a big key on keeping a tan long lasting is dabbing yourself dry and then keeping your skin moisturized. This is actually a Body Renew moisturizer. So any of your moisturizers, like I said, I use Cetaphil. I always have that on hand. This one is made specifically for tans. Cetaphil works just great too. And you want to make sure that you're moisturizing as soon as you get out of the bath or shower, and then morning and night. So take that for what it is. And obviously moisturizing from the inside out. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. This helps with your skin. And then other things to help your tan is like if you're going to be going to a pool or a hot tub, you can, if it's nice outside, it's weird to even think about that, like apply sunscreen before you get into the ocean, into the pool, the hot tub, whatever, if you're outside, and wait the 15 minutes. That'll help kind of create a barrier. And then once you are done with whatever water activity you're doing, make sure you then rinse off your body in a shower. You want to rinse off that chlorine, the salt water, and again, just rinse it off your body, and that will help extend your tan. They also make things like a tan extender, and I'm showing you Sjolie stuff because, again, that's just like what I have and love. But they make a tan extender. This basically has like the DHA drops in it, which is what creates the tan. So this will help if you start to get like spotty or anything. This will help fill in kind of those spots. So this is really great for vacation. You can also buy the tanning drops, which are boosters. So you can add that to your favorite lotion. And I oftentimes do that, or I'll do that for my face because your face naturally, just from washing it every day, applying, your retinol, things like that, will naturally just fade out quicker. It's really pretty easy. So it's just a lot, like it's just making sure you're doing proper aftercare. And then I usually get mine to last about 7 to 10 days, like I said. So these are kind of my tips and the questions that I received. I'm trying to think if I had any other questions. Let's see real quick. Let's check. Throw everything you know about website templates. These are cocktail-inspired, completely customizable websites designed for people who give a damn. They are designed for you by tonicsiteshop.com. What I love about Tonic is they give you a totally unique, awesome website at a fraction of the cost. Seriously, custom sites typically cost more like $20,000. You don't have to learn how to code. I know. Breath of relief. It's drag and drop it like it's hot in Show It's Design dashboard. These aren't your typical templates. Super intentional, designed to convert, built with a ton of strategy and even super helpful copy prompts. I'm serious. Check out thereckoningpodcast.com. This was designed with Tonic Site Shop. It's so easy to use and update anytime you have a great idea. No need to hire a developer every time you need an update. And I just genuinely love the aesthetic of it. And I'm serious, it's going to attract your dream clients, your dream customers. Use my special discount code RECKONING15 for 15% off your new design templates. And yes, they even have payment plans. Go to tonicsiteshop.com and use my special discount code RECKONING15 for 15% off your new website design. Buy it today and you'll be launched with a new beautiful design for 2023 next week. Okay, I brought this up and I'm going to go through and answer some of these questions. So one of them is, does it transfer? Once it's washed off of your skin, these do not transfer. I used to tan brides a lot of the time, and if you're doing something for an event like that, I always say do it 2 days prior to. This gives you time to make sure that the tan processes, you've washed it, and give you another shower just to make sure that all that bronzer is completely off. Plus, I think the tan is always prettier 2 days later because a lot of these do continue to process about 12 to 24 hours after you wash them off. So if you have washed it off and you've done it properly and you're using good products, it should not transfer onto your clothes. I don't have this problem. I don't have a problem with it transferring onto my sheets or anything once I've rinsed it and I have white sheets. So no, it does not transfer. What's another one? some people say that their things tell them not to exfoliate before. I think that's crazy. You should exfoliate, and it'll help with like the best results because your skin, it naturally sheds anyways. And so if you're going to apply this is where you get like that dry patchiness. You know, when your skin kind of looks like the desert, if you've ever done a tan and like you can see that desert look on it, it's because you haven't kept your skin hydrated, or it's going to exfoliate off, and it's not going to last as long. And I will say too, like if you overdo areas, you will get patchiness. So I would definitely recommend not doing that. Let's see. Some twat being like, where's the results? Like, why do people not look? How does it dry down? Because I mentioned that it can be tacky. Again, you can use the setting powder. That's one of my favorite things to do. And then also, I would say within like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, you're no longer tacky anymore. I told you how to do your face, your elbows, those kind of areas. I did mention like how on video you can see that on the back side of my palm, I sleep with my hand curled and it's back underneath my chin sometimes. So a lot of times you'll find out how you sleep. There's been times where like if you cuddle your man and you wear shorts and you got your legs over him, you are going to give him a tan streak, and then you are going to have a white streak on your leg where it transferred over. So that's where just like keeping things like that in mind, like dressing properly is important. But if you were to get any tan on your hands, like finding out how you sleep, that's actually something that's common, is like getting that back palm of your hand tan. And you can just take purple shampoo and scrub that off or exfoliate, and it blends out pretty easy. Yeah, does it transfer you to bed? Wear the right clothing. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to sit and like look forever, but hopefully this was helpful. I know it's kind of random. I'm trying to like pop in with a couple beauty things, some wellness things, because here at Reckoning, it's like what you would just find hanging out with me around the campfire. And I love sharing these things. This is random shit. Like, you bet your ass I'm going to give myself a spray tan before I go on my bear hunt. Like, I'm going to have a tan and it'll be washed off and I'm not going to smell. Don't pull that bullshit with me. And I'm going to have like, you know, some fake lashes done too, because then I'm going to roll out of bed in the mornings at the ass crack of dawn and I'm going to go whack me a bear with my bow, which I actually is sitting right there and I need to go shoot it. So yeah, so hopefully this was helpful. Again, I have everything linked below. If you have any questions or you do a tan and you used any advice that I gave you, please be sure to tag me at Brittney.Long or at the Reckoning Podcast. On TikTok, we're at Britt Reckoning, but who knows with that anymore. And then also we're on YouTube. So I would love for you guys to share, and if there's anything that you see me doing or using and you have questions about, please feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to be able to provide more information, whether it's through audio, video, or just a direct message to you.
Please don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and review. It seriously helps more than you know. If you took something away from this podcast or you enjoyed it, please take a screenshot of you listening to it or a selfie and tag us on Instagram at The Reckoning Podcast or me at Brittney.Long. We're excited to chat with you next week.